Greetings, Ben right here with another edition of SaaS Metrics School. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. So today, talking about what to do when your accounts receivable and aging are out of control. So your AR balance is going up. Now we've got invoices that were current, now moving into the aging buckets. They're overdue. What do we do? Well, plain and simple, right? If we don't collect on invoices, we'll soon be out of business. We have to collect on invoices to ensure that consistent cash flow. So first, what's accounts receivable? Well, AR is simply an open invoice. So we invoice our customer and now we've got to collect on that cash. And when we say cash, first, we don't really mean just, paper currency, but they've got to send us a live check. They've got to send us an ACH or a wire, or maybe then they actually then just pay that invoice via credit card. Now, if we auto charge our customers via Stripe, via credit card, really there's no open AR balance, right? We instantly create that invoice, it gets paid off. So there's no open AR, there's no aging with that. But if we manually invoice customers, meaning we send out that PDF, that email with that $50,000 ARR invoice, we've got to collect on that. And that's an open invoice that's outstanding accounts receivable on our balance sheet. And we've got to monitor that AR balance every month to ensure consistent cash flow. So what's aging? Well, aging means that point where they pass their due date. So if I invoice a customer and give them terms to pay in 30 days, and let's just say they're supposed to pay us by July 31st, on August 1st, that invoice is now overdue and it's in that 1 to 30 aging bucket. And from there, it continues 30, 60, 60 to 90, 90 plus. So we have those aging buckets. And that's really our alert. That's our red flag to say we've got to pay attention to those invoices as they enter those aging buckets. Now, of course, invoice size matters. If that's a $500 service invoice and I've got a $50,000 AR invoice outstanding, I'm probably going to focus on that 50K ARR. So we have to have that plan of attack of what accounts do we need to look at, what invoices do we need to look at, and have a plan of attack with our accounting team or our bookkeeper, outsourced bookkeeper, to follow up on those invoices. And these are calls, these are emails. My team called and emailed. So we picked up the phone and we called our customer, called their AP department, whoever it is, and asked about the payment. So of course you have an escalation process with that. Of course, accounting is attacking it first. We have our plan. Maybe right before invoice date, we have an email going out at due date, after due date, and then after that, a sequence of emails going out, and also then calls. Now, if it hits a point where we're just getting no responses, now we've got to escalate probably to our customer success team and see about their contacts and who they have that they can talk to, or maybe the champion within that org. Now, of course, we don't want to involve our sales and customer success teams. We are paying them too much to follow up on overdue invoices. So if we can keep this within accounting, that's great because their time is too valuable to chase overdue invoices. So my plan of attack on invoices, the manual way, I'll talk about the manual way first, was to run my AR aging report out of my accounting software and then look at those aging buckets. Of course, first, the oldest buckets, if we have hopefully no in the 90-day plus or the 60 to 90, but what are those large invoices in the 60 to 90, 90-day plus? Now, even if it's small invoices size, I have to still, what's going on here? Does that customer, are they not happy with us? Are we going through an onboarding services project to get them up and running? They're not paying their services invoices. That's a big red flag to me. So we look at those buckets, 90-day plus, 60-day plus. What are the size of those invoices? Anything over 60 days, we have to attack, regardless of dollar size, because something is wrong with that customer, or something is going on that they're not paying that invoice. Now, 30 to 60, okay, that's fine. Again, probably attack those higher amount invoices, and that 1 to 30 aging, it's okay. Let's just keep an eye on that. Let's keep following up. And of course, then we have phone calls for those bigger invoices. Now, that's the manual way. My accounting team would go off, research what's going on, email, call, come back to me a couple of days, right? Rinse and repeat. It's very time intensive. Now, the automated way is using automated cash collection software to set up cadences, just like SDRs, to trigger emails on certain dates to follow up on those invoices, customize scripts and text so you can personalize those invoices, send them at the right time to the right person. And also, you could also set up some auto calls depending if that's a fit for your customer profile. Now, with automating your cash collections, I developed an app, of course, because this was near and dear to my heart. Also a pain point because I was doing this manually, which takes a ton of my time and a ton of my team's time. So if you're on QuickBooks or Xero, I can help you out with tryextend.com. Now, this is, of course, getting into almost a little infomercial, but it automates your cash collections. I'm using it personally, and it alerts me when I need to pay attention to my AR aging because it's taking care of it on autopilot. So I'd be happy to help you with that. So just email me at ben@thesaascfo.com or go to tryextend.com if you're interested more. But doing it the manual way is pretty much out the door, old school now, and we can now automate this process. So again, this is my plan of attack, monitoring our AR, our aging, because it takes effort to collect on cash. This doesn't just fall in the door once we send that invoice out. So we've got to stay consistent with our accounts receivable practices. Thanks.